Hi, this is Lee Thurburn, and in this video we're going to show you how to upload a spreadsheet with contacts into your database. First, let's look at a typical spreadsheet. Here we have a spreadsheet with 10 records, and as you can see, the columns have name, last name, first name, company, title, email, and category. Now, category is potentially a way that you would decide that you want to organize your information. In this particular case, all of the clients or all of the records show that they have a category as client. Now, there's a large number of ways that you can manage your data, but we're going to start off with just uploading clients. So that's the spreadsheet. Now let's go look at the process. So here's the home page when you log into your account. And if you'll click on the CRM database tab and then click on the Edit Database Classifications button, these are the classifications, there's three of them, A, B, and C, that you can set up. And the system is set up so that you can give them names that might mean something to you. Now, I typically use category as class A, and then I use type as class B, and source as class C, and that'll make more sense here in just a moment. Now, under class A category, I'm going to set up two types, client and prospect. And you're going to see that they show up under existing select options. In my perspective, as a business owner, everybody in the world is either a client or a prospective client. So now that we've set up a category, type, and source, class A, B, and C, and under category we have client and prospect, we're ready to proceed to the next step. So go to your home page and back to the CRM database and then import records from spreadsheets. There's a two-step process for importing records. First, you have to browse to find the file that you want to upload. Now, it's important that you remember that you can only upload CSV files. So you have to convert your spreadsheets into CSV files. And here we have a database with only 10 records. And if I expand that over, you'll see there's one duplicate in this record. So I'm going to double click on it. And that loads the database into the preload area. We shall click upload your file. And now you can see that under step 2, you have the uploaded data file field sequence with ID numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with field names. And over on the right hand side are the system fields. So you'll want to match the ID number on the left side with the ID number under match ID. So last name is ID 0. Here we place a 0 on this side. First name is ID 1. We'll place a 1 in the first name. Then we're going to go down to company and title, which are 2 and 3 respectively. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to find company name 2, contact title 3. Then come back up and I'm going to notice that email is 4 and category is 5. So I'm going to come down to personal email 4, and then down at the bottom you're going to see CRM class, category, type, and source. So I'm going to put in 5 as your category. Then I'm going to click import file, and it'll just take a moment, and the files have now been imported. So it takes us to the account info page because it shows us that the number of records in the account is now 9 records, total records in account. Also, while you're on this page, if you have not completed your user information, you would want to go ahead and do so. All right, so we're going to click back on the home. And from here, we can do a number of things. First, I'm just going to click on search. And this is going to find us all the records in the database. And you'll see that all the records that we had in that spreadsheet have been uploaded. There are 9 records. Well, there were 10 records in the database. And the reason only 9 have been uploaded is because the system checks for duplicate emails. And you'll notice that this record here, Lee Thurburn, has net offer Lee as the email. If I go back to the spreadsheet you're going to see Net Offer Lead had two different records. So only one of those records was uploaded. The system checks for duplicates of the email, and it will not upload or create a record that has the same email as one that already exists. So out of these 10 records, only 9 were uploaded. Now notice that all of these say client. If we come back over to the system, you'll notice that under category, we have client, client, client. And so all of the client records, or all of the records, have been uploaded with a category name client. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and check the box, and we're going to delete all of these records. And we're going to start over, and we're going to do this again. But before we do so, I'm going to change the database. I'm going to change some of the records to say prospect, and I'm going to change a couple of other records to say former client. And we're going to make a couple of different record changes. So now we have 3 types of categories: prospect, client, and former client. So I'm going to save that. And we're going to go back through the upload process. I'm going to go to Home, CRM Database, Import Spreadsheets, find the file. Here it is. Upload the file. And we're going to go back through the same process. 0 for last name, 1 for first name, 2 for company name, 3 for contact, 4 for personal email, and 5 for category. Go ahead and click on Import your file. Again, when the system is completed, it takes us back to the account information page. Now we're going to click the search, and we're going to notice that now we have category prospect, client, former client. Now you'll notice that former client is now in the classification, even though we did not type that in. So if I go back to Home, CRM Database, Edit Database Classifications, you'll see that the system automatically added former client to the system, or to the list of existing select options. All right, let's go ahead and delete that data set again. We'll select all the records, delete the selected records. So our database is now empty again. Let's go back through the upload process. But before we do so, let's change the database. Let's add a column for type and a column for source. Now let's put a couple of types in here: business, personal, nonprofit. Okay, so we're going to create a couple of different nonprofits. We're going to create a couple of different personals, and we're going to make the rest business. And under source, let's make source the where we met these people. So direct mail and networking. So we'll just make those the 2 types of things that we have. So I'll make some direct mail. So now I have changed the database. I've added a column for type and a column for source, and I've classified my contacts as business or personal or nonprofit. I found them or met them through direct mail or networking. I'm going to save the database. And now I'm going to go back through the upload process. So we'll go to CRM Database tab, Import Records, find the file. There it is again. We're going to do the pre-upload. Now we're going to match the data records. Now you'll notice that there's 2 additional rows here, number 6 for type and number 7 for source. So 0 is name, 1 is last name, and then 1 is first name. Then we're going to come down, and company name is 2, title 3, personal email is 4, and then category is 5, type 6, source 7. Import your file. Now we're just going to go ahead and click search at this point, and now you're going to see that all of the records have been classified, category, type, and source: prospect, personal, direct mail, and so on. If we go ahead and go to the Edit Database Classifications section, you'll see that it automatically uploaded all the different categories, types, and sources that we had defined in our spreadsheet. So the point of this exercise is that it's very easy for you to upload data. You can upload data from spreadsheets that make it real easy for you to go through and set up your classifications in columns. And then the system will actually allow you to import the classifications directly from the spreadsheet and create them on the fly as you add them to the database. Now I'm going to click on Home, and we're going to click on Search Edit Records. And now if I want to find all of my former clients that are business, I don't know if I have any that match that, but we're going to come down here and click Search, and there were none that matched that. So let's do a slightly different search. We're going to look at all our clients that are business. Come down and do a search. And now we found 2 records where category equaled client and type equal business. So this is a quick demonstration of how you can use the spreadsheet upload process to add to your database and quickly get started with information in the system that is useful for you to use.